Wilkes to jump it up here with Lindsey Payton, I believe, and the opening tap controlled by the Lady Tigers. And the top-ranked team in the country goes on offense first. Lee, right wing, triple for Pritchett. Bang! That took 8 seconds for Courtney Pritchett to open the scoring, and it's got to be the Winkle Pickers, Benji Kelly. We'll look at them in a bit.
I'll tell you what, the new ones, my goodness, I didn't even notice that.
Are they new or are they the old
well,
ones?
Well, they may be.
I
don't
think Coach
know.
may have made her put the new ones on. We'll see. Anyway, Pritchett going to have a steal here to begin the defensive possession for Brescia. The other way, Lee going to come across the paint. She finds Boyle off the window. Too strong. Rebound taken in by Madeline Lyon. And here comes Brescia looking for points as Cook Lasada brings them down the floor.
Well, Campbellsville couldn't have got a better start, a quick start from that three from Courtney Pritchett.
Courtney swish it. Edward Jones payout. Lee steps in front, knocks one away. Another takeaway for Campbellsville. Down the floor, Pettigo around the defender. Shot up, and a blocking foul called against Brescia. And this foul will go against Elise Williams.
Yeah, Williams was back on defense. I thought Pettigo there was going to do a little bounce pass to Maddie Boyle, but took it herself, and I believe Williams there was in the restricted area.
First free throw for Pettigo is good. 4-0. The Lady Tigers the advantage here. One more coming for BP, and that one is good as well. Bailey missed her only 2 free throw tries of the season up until those 2 tosses, so now 50% on the year. A little pressure here from Campbellsville in the middle, catching. They're going to call backcourt. Lyon must have caught it on the north side of the line, and then she went south as she jumped up to grab it.
Never really liked that call like that because
you're supposed to. Simultaneous,
right?
It
is, and you've got to have possession established in the front court in order for it to be back.
Hard to say.
It's hard to say it's established.
Yeah.
So
inside, Pettigo has Wilkes quick shimmy right hand, and that is good. We've seen that many times. In fact, Wilkes with that bucket over 800 points in her Lady Tiger career.
Well, she will definitely get that 2,000 mark. Or 1,000 point here for the Lady Tigers.
If she gets to 2,000, we're in real good shape.
We're in real good shape.
That jumper missed off the end line. Rebound taken in by Williams. Campbellsville leads 7-0. Our game today on our Claw United platform only. The FM broadcast will belong to Tiger football as they wrap up their regular season. Pritchett on the right wing. Another three on the way. That one, no good. And the rebound tapped by Cook Lasada. It's grabbed by Williams. Brescia wants to run. Williams down the court around 2 Lady Tigers, runs into Boyle and kicks. Open shooter is Van Zant. She'll step back here after the dribble. Shot no good, and Lindsey Payton there, leading scorer there to pitch one back up and in for points.
Yeah, Campbellsville just kind of wasn't in the defensive rebounding position there, and an easy putback for Brescia.
Campbellsville in the half court. Pettigo down inside, help defender forces Wilkes to give it up. Now Lee wants to drive. She's bumped. Nice body control. Shot no good. And the rebound grab there by Madeline Lyon. 7-2 to score. Campbellsville leads. Inside. Pass to Payton. Little ball fake. Runs into Wilkes. She gives it up to Lyon, and that's nice offense for the Bearcats.
Yeah, it's good ball movement by the Bearcats, and as a result, another easy bucket to cut this lead to 3. Campbellsville being aggressive in that zone, and Brescia was able to get the ball where it needed to be for an easy bucket.
Campbellsville inside to Wilkes. Ball knocked away. Wilkes thought she was fouled. No call. Boyle going to try to help out her high school teammate, but couldn't quite grab it. She knocked it away initially. The scrum on the floor ends up finding the hands of Brescia. Here inside, Cook Lasada too far out in front of a cutting Payton, and the ball goes out of bounds back to Campbellsville. 7-4 the count. Campbellsville scored the first 7. Brescia has battled back, scoring 4 straight themselves. Here is Boyle with the basketball. Nice crossover move. Gets the step, and she's whacked there as she got past Raquel Cook Lasada. The foul actually is going to be assessed to Paige Van Zandt.
I started to say I thought it was clean up top, but I believe some body was happened there down low, and as a result, Boyle goes to the free throw line. She's having herself a good senior year. 14.5 points right now, averaging 80% from the free throw line.
Free throw here for Boyle is good. 8-4. Campbellsville has Brescia doubled up. Tigers in action down in Williamsburg, leading at the moment, 13-11 over Lynchburg, as Boyle hits both free throws. Van Zandt the basketball, stops in the backcourt. We'll use Cook Lasada to help her across. And now a jumper from Lyon off the elbow, no good. Nice rebound and box out by Caitlin Wilkes. Pedigo sends it ahead quickly. Lee inside, now out, right wing. Not shooting it is Pritchett. Letting it ride is Wilkes. Bang! Kit Kat with an Edward Jones three for the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, trailing up, good ball movement there. Kick out, back around to Wilkes, and an easy three-pointer for the senior.
12-4. Inside. Jumper off the end line for Peyton is good. Lindsay Peyton's sister, Courtney, a Wheeler twin, played for Brescia for a period. She's not on the roster. Here, right wing on the roster is Pritchett. Three on the way, no good for the Lady Tigers. Ball knocked out of bounds as two Bearcats come together, and Campbellsville will maintain the possession as, oh boy, here we go, Benji. Genesis Guy Bryan into the lineup, 5'5" freshman guard from Toronto, Canada. And help me out there with number 34.
Sigurd Torter.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Sigurdar Toter is what
from Iceland.
Sigurdar Toter is what Inga, and Inga she shall be referred to as the rest of the game, the 5'11" freshman center from Iceland. The hometown and high school were, it was an alphabet. I had no chance, so they didn't even make it on the call sheet. Here is Lee, back out, Pritchett inside, quickly Wilkes. Right-handed scoop, hook shot is good for Caitlin Wilkes. 5 in a row for the reigning conference player of the year.
Yeah, just some good basketball there. Campbellsville getting it down to their hoss.
Peyton does a nice job of ball fake, and will take one dribble in and get an easy layup. 14-8 the score.
I tell you, I'm impressed with Brescia and how they move the ball against this zone from Campbellsville.
Left side is Boyle. Again, Brescia with a new coach today. I don't know if Coach Tchaikovsky is there long, but that's who it is here in this one as Pedigo's called for steps. Their head coach stepped down within the last few hours, 24, 48 hours or so, and Coach Tchaikovsky is actually a member of the men's coaching staff. And changes for the Lady Tigers. We got 5 on, 5 off here.
It's a line change, yep.
Line change. Let's get to it quickly. For Campbellsville, they send in Whitney Hay, the 6-foot redshirt sophomore guard from Eastview, Kentucky. Tyra Flowers, 5'10", the sophomore forward from Winchester, Kentucky. And a takeaway here by Flowers, I believe. Flowers going to bring Campbellsville down the floor. Right-handed shot off the window is good for Tyra Flowers.
Tyra is going to be extremely good asset here for this Lady Tiger program. That's a great pickup for Coach Colvin and her team.
Full court pressure here. Again, Maddie Nally in there, 6'2", the junior forward from Louisville, Kentucky. Elizabeth Bertram out there for Campbellsville, 5'6", junior guard from Glasgow, Kentucky. Ball being battled for Kayla Luby out there as well, 6'2", the graduate forward from B, Nebraska. That foul was on Whitney Hay. First on Whitney Hay. This will bring us to a media stoppage here. And also in, Brescia had a change as well. They sent in Kennedy Johnson-Corley, 5'10" freshman guard from Nashville, Kentucky. Media stoppage. Let's step away and take a timeout ourselves. Quick break coming your way. Campbellsville leads 16-8 on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. The Lady Tigers lead Brescia here at our media stoppage. First quarter, 4:51 to play in this first quarter of action. Brescia basketball. Caitlin Wilkes leading the way for the Lady Tigers. It was Courtney Pritchett to get the scoring started. And Edward Jones payout off the right wing for Pritchett. Wilkes has 7 for the Lady Tigers. She's the only Lady Tiger with multiple field goals in the ball game. Inside, Inga throws one, looking for Lyon. Lyon got knocked to the ground, no call. Campbellsville the other way. Whitney Hay with it. The former 5th Region Player of the Year finds Bertram. The Southpaw's three. Banked it in! Elizabeth Bertram on a little Saturday afternoon bank shot.
The banks are closed today because of the federal holiday, but not for Elizabeth Bertram.
She's a different kind of veteran. She's a veteran basketball player.
I tell you.
Using the glass to score 3 points. Another Edward Jones shell out.
The question is, did she call it?
If you ask her after the game, she's going to tell you she did. Here, driving in with a scoop shot for Bryan, no good. Ball being battled for on the deck was Whitney Hay, couldn't come up with it. Brescia holds on. Right side, caught by Johnson Corley. Inside Lion, shot over the top of Luby. No good. Luby may have got a hand on that.
I think she got a little block on it.
19-8. Hay to Bertram again. They just connected on an Edward Jones 3 a moment ago. Hay got the assist. Flowers wants Luby on the entry. Nice defense by Inga. 19-8. Hay, a step back jumper, just off the elbow for Whitney Hay. Her first 2 points in the Powell Center.
Now look at this, the group that she's got out here. That's probably the tallest that we've been. It's unreal.
And athletic.
Yeah.
You take Hay and Flowers and the ground that Nally can cover, the activity of Bertram. I mean,
and then Luby down low.
It's just a takeaway. Here the other way. Luby going to try to keep it free from a defender from behind, able to get the shot up on the rim, and she is fouled. That is going to be against Genesis Guy Bryan, I believe.
Third team foul for Brescia, and it sends Luby to the line.
Brescia is at the quota for hyphenated
last
names. They've got several.
One.
That's tough on a play-by-play guy.
2.
3 of them, I think, right?
Yeah.
21-8.
And one of them you can.
And then you got Sigadar's
and then you start saying you got
the
the alphabet there with that one.
That is man. And it's, what's crazy is to hear Inga say it, it's just like it just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
It's the Icelandic, Sigadar's.
It's kind of like Smith.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Luby hits the first free throw. Second free throw is good. Yeah, I went and talked to Inga before the game, and I got the actual pronunciation, and it was at that moment I knew I was not going to use it. 23-8. Here's Lyon inside, finds Peyton. Peyton shot just a little short. Rebound taken in by Tyra Flowers. Flowers has a she doubled. She knew it. Had an idea, and then the brain kind of hiccuped on her.
That's okay.
But you can see the smooth athleticism. I was going to say for Tyra Flowers. Defensively, she is going to be really, really good. Lyon, right wing. Van Zant out top. Campbellsville leads by 15. We've played just over 7 minutes of this first quarter. Van Zant working around a couple of defenders. Elbow is Lyon. Takes the jumper, gets it off before Bertram could get there. And Lindsay Payton down inside gets herself a rebound and another bucket.
Yeah, both teams are crashing the boards here early. Brescia's got a couple of easy putbacks.
Inside, Hay. Out to Bertram, won't shoot the three, dribbles to the left. Now Hay wants a skip pass. She'll go to Nally. Jumper off the inline for Maddie. Nally is good, and she was just inside the three-point arc. We'll call that a 15-footer.
Yeah, we saw that at the end of last year. Maddie got a little more aggressive on the offensive end, knocking down those corner shots.
Cook Lasada inside. Skipped it back out. Peyton out front that time. Now Cook Lasada can't shoot it. Driving in, runs into Flowers. Ooh, blocking foul.
Yeah, she was there for about a day and a half, but I don't know if because she may have lowered that shoulder just a little bit, and that's why the official called it. So it's out of bounds to Brescia.
25-10 the score. The second foul on the Lady Tigers is the first on Tyra Flowers. Catching is Williams. Hay defends. Ball deflected by Nally, and it goes out of bounds right at the feet of Coach Ginger High Colvin. 2:01 on the clock here at Peyton. Benji Kelly, the former Tiger, with you. Tigers in action in Williamsburg. They lead by 5 over Lynchburg at the moment. We'll keep you updated on that one throughout. Van Zant nearly fell inbounds. Cook Lasada clears. Needs some help here. Van Zant, free throw line to Lyon. Leaves it with Peyton. Back out. Van Zant's open. 3 on the way. That is no good. Look good from the release. Luby the rebound. Has Nally. Here comes Campbellsville. Whitney Hay will bring CU to the front court. Hay wants Luby, has her in the middle, quick move, now has to dish it. Bertram catches before it goes out of bounds. Hay gonna drive, stops at the elbow, back to the middle, backing in, spinning, shuttling, tried to find Luby, and Whitney Hay's pass is taken away. Quickly now, Brescia to the front court. They want to run a bit. Van Zant slowed down, back out top to Cook Lasada. She'll drive in, into the corner. Williams around Luby, and Luby closed out a bit too much, got the legs tangled up. It'll be a foul on Kayla Luby, the first on the senior. Luby leading the Lady Tigers in scoring through 2 games, 20.5 points. Left side, Cook Lasada 3 on the way. That's too strong. Maddie Nally almost had to get out of the way of that rebound. It came off hard. Battle is won by Van Zant, and Peyton off the inline from 8 feet. Lindsey Peyton, another bucket.
Well, this Brescia team, they stay after it on the offensive boards. That's their third putback off an offensive rebound. So even though Campbellsville being effective on the defensive end at times, they're just able to not keep them off the boards.
Bertram thought about that little step back. Now she'll drive in, gets it back from Luby. One step to the left and sinks it. The southpaw's feeling good here today.
She's been in the gym quite a bit this summer, and you can just tell that confidence is just continues to get higher and higher for Elizabeth Bertram.
Far side is Van Zant. Lasada goes inside. Peyton on the end line. Ooh, take your pick. I don't know if that was Flowers or Nally that got it.
I don't
Somebody
know.
got
Who
it.
are they going with? Flowers on the block? Thought Flowers on the block.
Ira Flowers the block. 27-12. Campbellsville with a 15-point advantage.
Take your pick on that one.
Peyton driving right side. 3 Lady Tigers there. Threads the needle to Cook Lasada. Could not finish the shot. Peyton stays with it, tries to throw it off a Lady Tiger and does. Lyon picks it up, and she's fouled inside. Lindsey Peyton has been a one-woman show for Brescia here. She has really, really made some big plays to help keep them steadied in this first quarter. 4th team foul, the first on Maddie Nally. Free throw for Madeline Lyon is good. Lyon at the free throw line. And here we get a stoppage.
Subs.
Changes here. Madeline Lyon at the free throw line. That's who Coach Nick Chakowski told me before the game he was going to have coach the JV game because she understood the concepts of what they wanted to do. The senior, he called her Madison, Benji.
Well, bless her.
He said Madison. And I looked at the sheet. I said, I don't remember a Madison. He said, oh, it's Madeline. That is, folks, that is what they're up against today. So quite a crazy scenario for him. I think he was kind of studying their roster, trying to get all the names before the game. We saw him. He was going around to the players, and he was like, he would say, say it was Elise Williams. He'd say Elise, right? And she'd be like, yeah. And he was,
it was
that's what it is.
Yeah.
He is basically, if you can imagine walking into.
But here's the thing: this team has come out and they're playing with intensity. You can't ask for any better effort from a team that is just kind of their world's been rocked a little bit.
Flowers out top. Under 10 seconds now to play in this first period. Hay going to drive. Elbow out. That is Bertram. Burt going to try the 3. That is no good. Loose ball on the ground. Picked up here by Brescia. Long ahead goes Johnson Corley, but the buzzer sounds, and that's where the first quarter will come to a close. Campbellsville with the 27-14 advantage over Brescia here. We will step away and take a timeout, come back, and get you ready for the second quarter. Campbellsville the advantage as we head to period number 2 on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. Your score as we head to the second quarter. Ginger High Coleman has her team huddled up around her on the Lady Tiger bench. Campbellsville there in the first quarter of play. Benji Kelly 9 of 14 shooting, 6 of 17 for the Bearcats of Brescia. So the Lady Tigers at 64% from the field, Brescia at 35%. 10 rebounds for Brescia though, so they've been able to grab 6 offensive rebounds, and that would be the one category you'd look at if you're the Lady Tigers and you're kind of like, hold on, I got to do a little better there.
Well, you do, and once again, it's that zone that they're doing, but Brescia is attacking that zone quite effectively through the middle, and that's how you beat zones, and as a result, Campbellsville's getting a little out of position at times, and that's why they've given up those 6 boards, offensive rebounds.
Brescia with it to begin this second quarter. Lindsey Peyton, another bucket. She's got a dozen in the ball game. She has certainly come to play. She has 12 of the 16. Starting 5 out there for the Lady Tigers once again. Pritchett on the right wing, out top Pedigo. Pedigo going to drive and leave it with Boyle. She'll drive in line and cut off. 15 on the shot clock. Straight away, Wilkes won't shoot it. Sends it over into the corner to Pritchett. Back to Wilkes. Right block. Shot off the window. Good. She gets the deuce. And Courtney Pritchett the dime.
That's just some high efficient basketball from the Lady Tigers right there, getting it down low to Caitlin Wilkes. But I love that ball movement.
Brescia again on the offensive end. Pass by Lyon. Deflected a bit, but Partinger able to grab it. Sends it off into the corner now. Shot is no good. Run down by Guy Bryan. Back out top. That is Lyon. Deflected, but it came right back to her. Madeline Lyon needs help into the corner. Here again is Bryan driving. Shot underhanded, no good, and she may have dead-legged Courtney Pritchett there as the knee may have gotten a piece of Pritchett on the way through. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Brescia, I believe. Courtney Pritchett came up dragging.
Yeah, I think they may have hit knees.
Yeah,
and it just kind of stunned her a little bit. You can tell she's a little gimpy. But nothing's going to keep her out, though.
That's the lower extremity version of the funny bone, I guess. Turnover. Brescia gives it away. Pettigo the basketball. Campbellsville leads by 13. Played about a minute and 20 seconds or so of the second quarter. Boyle's pass deflected. And coming the other way is Malia Partinger, 5'5" freshman guard from Franklin, Kentucky. Inside to Peyton. She'll try to backtrack, but Pettigo took it away. Campbellsville long ahead. Pettigo finds Boyle. She'll go left side of the lane. Shot up off the window. Good for Maddie Boyle. 2 more for her.
Nice transition. Easy bucket for Maddie Boyle.
She'll take that back. That may have been the first points for Boyle right there. No, she
did some free throws.
Couple free throws. That's right. Pettigo, another takeaway for Campbellsville.
There's another
Lee, left side, right block now. Boyle off the window. 2 more, and a timeout taken by Coach Nick Jakowski. His team kind of weathered an early storm here. Now all of a sudden he sees this jump up to a 33-16 count. And Coach Jakowski trying to figure out these women's rules. This that floating timeout for the media. So as he calls the timeout, everything is different for this Brescia team here today. Campbellsville the advantage. We'll step away. You're following the Lady Tigers on the CU Sports Network. 33-16, the Lady Tigers lead. 8:03 to play in the first half. Matt Payton and the Hall of Famer Benji Kelly here with you as Campbellsville will be on the defensive end. Courtney Pritchett out of the lineup for the time being as we all hold our breath a bit to make sure there's nothing major as Tyra Flowers checking in. Pritchett kind of got dead-legged, as I mentioned a moment ago. Working with the basketball. We got the arm up, and that is a foul. Going to go against Kennedy Johnson-Corley. So that's going to be the first on did they clear the fouls at the end of the first quarter? They need to clear those, right? It's second quarter.
Yeah, they're doing it right now.
Okay. So that foul was
First.
on Kennedy Johnson-Corley. First on her, first on Brescia. Lauren Lee, the basketball for the Lady Tigers out top. Pettigo, Tyra Flowers getting some run, and Courtney Pritchett's spot for the moment. Pettigo bounces out top. Wilkes. Boyle inside, has Wilkes back out. This is Pettigo, three on the way, in and out, no good. Flowers knifes her way in, gets the rebound, couldn't get the stick back, however.
Yeah, she's just got a high basketball IQ.
Around with the basketball is Guy Bryan, and here we get a whistle as they were looking for Lindsay Payton. She's knocked to the ground by Maddie Boyle. That'll be the first on Boyle, first on Campbellsville, and Brescia will inbound underneath. Tigers leading 30-19 over Lynchburg and Williamsburg as here a ball knocked away by Pettigo, a scrum on the floor, bodies everywhere, and the arrow will point to Campbellsville and the top-ranked Lady Tigers. Nice crowd on hand for the home opener
it really
for
is.
Campbellsville.
Considering you got UK football playing today right at noon, but yeah, good crowd. And actually, Brescia's got a little crowd that has traveled with them as well, straight across from us.
Pettigo gets knocked to the ground. This will go, I believe, against Malia Partinger. First on Partinger, and the second on Brescia will send Raquel Cook-Lasada back into the lineup. Inside baseline out of bounds play. They look for Flowers, couldn't finish. And knocked free, grabbed by Brescia. Flowers, a couple of decent looks in there, couldn't get a finish. Driving in, kicking out. Here is Lindsay Payton with a jumper, and that is good. I'm telling you, Lindsay Payton.
She's came to play today.
I think now she has 14 of the 18. Trailer is Pedigo. Left side, Boyle catches. Back to Lee on the right. Pedigo dribbling. Lee straight away, won't shoot it. 14 on the shot clock. Flowers works around the Wilkes screen inside, and Flowers is whacked by Cook-Lasada. That'll be the first on her. 3 on Brescia as a club. Darius Harding having a weekend down in Williamsburg. Another 3 as I look down at the screen there. Campbellsville is, I think they were, as Flowers' free throw is good. Benji, if I'm not mistaken, it was like a 15-13 Lynchburg lead or something.
16-13, I think at one point.
16-13.
Yeah.
So the Tigers have scored, I guess, 23 of the last 26 points in that game. Here in the inline, Payton finds a cutting line. Ooh, I thought that was clean by Flowers. They're going to call a foul on Campbellsville's transfer from George Rogers Clark High School.
Transfer from the University of North Alabama. I believe that's down in is that the Florence area?
That sounds right. Free throw here for Lyon is no good.
I believe they're the Lions.
Sounds right. Purple and yellow.
Purple and yellow, yeah.
This free throw is no good as well. So Lyon missed both. Flowers there to claim the rebound. And Campbellsville back the other way. Had Lauren Lee turned back the other side, Caitlin Wilkes was ready to hoist that 3. Inside, Wilkes has it now. That shot knocked away. Ball taken in by Brescia. Quickly ahead. Guy Bryan going to drive in. Flowers blocked that one cleanly. Here comes Pedigo. Wilkes down to the other side. Payton will chase her down. They've got Wilkes. Out to Lee. Lee going to drive and kick. Boyle on the right wing. 3 on the way. Bang! Maddie Boyle and Edward Jones 3. Her first of the year in the Powell Center.
Yeah, it's just good basketball, penetration, kick out to Maddie Boyle. When you catch her in rhythm like that where she's able to step into that ball, it's just going to go down 90% of the time.
Driving. Guy Bryan looking for help now as she's gotten herself into a bit of a pickle. And Payton kind of cleared there. Kicks it out. Jumper for Williams. Ooh, they called that a 3. I thought she had that right foot inside. It was no good. Didn't matter. Boyle threads the needle to Lee. Goes right side. She's fouled.
What a pass.
Maddie Boyle.
What a pass.
On a string. So that's on. Who did they call that on?
On Williams. That's her second.
2, 4 on Brescia as a team. 37-18. Campbellsville will send changes here. So you're going to have Lee at the line, and now the way things kind of shifted with that Pritchett getting dead legs, she's going to be in with the second group.
And that's just beautiful to be able to do, to know that, okay, your groups are interchangeable, and what it does is allows Coach Colvin to kind of, try some different lineups, and who knows when you may have to go to something like that, especially down in conference play.
And it's a Campbellsville team that is without the services at the moment of Sarah Sutton and Rachel Presley. You hope to get those 2 young ladies back as the ball goes down, and Maddie Nally kind of fell on Lindsay Payton, and you can see Payton has some cupping bruises on that right shoulder. And that appears to be
what she fell on.
What they kind of landed on. So you wonder if there may be a pre-existing issue for Lindsay Payton. She was pretty much in tears, but tougher than a $2 steak, as they say. She has dried it up, and she's ready to go. Cook-Lasada into the corner. As here Van Zandt throws it back. Did that hit Hay in the eye?
It did.
I'll have to tell a story on Whitney Hay in a minute. 38-18. Darius Harding just hit another 3. He's feeling good about himself.
Well, it's good. It's good to see
yesterday.
too.
Turnover. Pritchett has it for CU. Nally the other way. Maddie Nally stops. Has Hay. Hay drives. Going to go right side off the window. Good for Whitney Hay. I thought she may have gotten fouled.
She got smacked in the face there too, but played through it and easy layup.
Hay spending time at Belmont her freshman year. Had a nice year there at Belmont. Left, actually had conversations as Bertram and Nally combine on a takeaway. Bert going to go left side. Up off the glass is good for Elizabeth Bertram. It's a 42-18 score, but Hay had conversations briefly with Campbellsville at that time.
Yep.
But elected to go north and try Division I again with Northern Kentucky. And after 2 years there and 3 years of eligibility remaining, she decided maybe it's just time to get to where I probably need to be.
Should have been from day one.
Here is Hay working her way inside. Hay going to step through. Shovels one to Luby, but I think as she was trying to get the basketball under control, it may have gotten deflected, took an extra step, and turnover against Campbellsville gives it back to Brescia.
Right idea, just one extra step there from Whitney. It was a nice pass.
Far side of the floor is Williams. She'll step through. Shot no good. Pritchett the other way to Nally. Bounces in. Hay going to go up, and she's fouled. I ran into Whitney Hay this morning, grabbing our pregame coffee, and said, "Whitney, give me something to talk about today." And so, give me a Whitney Hay story, and she didn't really have one. And I said, "Okay, well, give me a tale on somebody else." Well, apparently at practice this week, Tyra Flowers had her undershirt upside down, inside out, all that stuff, had the back in
on
the
front,
and they were, Tyra's really unassuming, whatever, and said that they got a really good laugh out of Tyra over that as Hay hit that first free throw. And I said, it's dangerous, though. You give me a story on a teammate instead of yourself. You know? Well, before the game, Whitney fell up the stairs.
Up the stairs.
Yeah. So I
think
that
takes talent to do that.
Yeah. That Ginger said she got into the locker room and everybody was laughing and almost in tears and said, "What in the world is going on?" And come to find out, Whitney had fallen up the stairs. And I thought, well, you told a story on Tyra.
That's coming on the air.
And then it come back to get you. So anyway, they always have fun. Turnover on Brescia gives it back to the Lady Tigers. Right wing Pritchett hit a three from there to start the ball game. Inside, Luby goes up off the window, no good. She and Cook Lasada fight for the rebound, and the Bearcats will come out of there with it. Campbellsville leading big here as Williams drives in, runs over Hay, and grabbing the rebound was Madeline Lyon. And Courtney Pritchett she threw her hands on her chest, says, "That's me," and I wonder if it was because the foul or because she didn't do a better job maybe blocking out to grab that rebound. I think that may have been what she meant when she said it.
I think it was the rebound, yeah.
Yeah. Free throw by Lyon is no good. Free throw here by Lyon is on the mark. So Whitney Hay will run the point for the Lady Tigers. Campbellsville 44, Brescia 19. Pritchett has Luby. Quick move for Kayla Luby, and she goes up the left hand. That's good.
What about Wilkes to the right, Luby to the left? It's a dynamic duo.
And Luby, her former team Concordia has had a really good start to the year. This pass picked off. Hay reaches up and grabs it. Has to watch the defender. Oh gosh, behind her, and Cook Lasada bumps her. That's the second worst fall of the day for Whitney Hay. The one up the stairs was worse. That's going to be three on Raquel Cook Lasada. So her first half probably close to coming to an end, you might think. I don't know. Coach Chakowski may have to leave her in there. We'll see. Free throw here by Hay is good. 2:23 remaining in the first half. But as mentioned, Luby and Concordia in that recent poll, they're up to number 11. That G-Pack really looking good right now with Dort and Concordia and Briarcliff, I believe, the third. They got three in the top 12. Hay hits both free throws, 48-19 the score. Lady Tigers averaging 111 per game. Let's see how close they can get to that season average.
We're 7 away from being halfway there.
Halfway, yeah. Working with it here is Johnson Corley. Into the middle. Lyon spinning, turning. knocks down Bertram, but she lost the basketball. Nally got it. Long ahead, looking for Hay. She'll have to try to save it.
Nice
She throws
play.
it in off the midsection of Genesis guide Bryan.
That is just some athleticism right there and court awareness to know if I can get that ball and I can turn around, maybe somebody will be there that I can at least knock it off of or get it back in bounds to one of my teammates.
Hay looking, has Nally across the lane on the baseline out of bounds. She'll get the bucket. Whitney Hay with the helper there.
The old screen the screener play.
Lyon catches, flicks it down on the end line. Here is a shot by Peyton. And Lindsay Payton continues to produce. I believe she's got maybe 16 now.
16 of the 21.
Courtney Pritchett down the court. Campbellsville leads 50-21. They bounce to Hay over the top. Luby catches, blocked by Lyon. Nice defense there by that young lady. And to the other end comes Brescia. Long Johnson Corley jumps up to grab it, trying to get around Pritchett. Nice little step through. Late whistle here. They'll get Pritchett on the foul, I believe. That's going to be 2 on Swiss, 4 on the Lady Tigers as a team. Burt having a conversation there with Coach as this free throw for Kennedy Johnson Corley out of Nashville is good. Second free throw is going to be hard. Kayla Luby, Luby and Peyton and Pritchett all in a scrum. The foul will go against, they're going to get Luby on that.
I was straight line there, Matt, so I didn't see exactly what happened.
It looked like Luby just used her height to grab the basketball, and both were tied up on the basketball. As she tried to pull it in, it pulled Peyton down, and they ended up calling
the foul.
That could have certainly been a play-on type of situation. I'm not sure that Luby really got up the backside of Peyton, but hard to say for sure. Peyton's free throw no good. And that free throw is good for Lindsay Payton, so she gets 1 of 2. Pritchett out front to Hay. Little hand check. Hay has to give it up. Bertram now inside a triple team against Wilkes as the last moment Kennedy Johnson Corley backed away, but Wilkes still able to draw the foul as she was working against 2 defenders, Madeline Lyon. They call her Maddie. Assess the personal.
Wilkes here to the free throw line where she is 83.3% on the year.
First free throw good for Wilkes. That'll give her double figures, the first Lady Tiger to reach double digits here today. And the second free throw stays down for Wilkes.
So shooter's roll there.
Free throw percentage will climb a bit after 2 makes. Brian, the basketball here for Brescia. 52-23, Campbellsville the advantage, a 29-point Lady Tiger lead. Driving, looking for help now, and going to the ground, Sky Bryan. At halftime, the Tigers lead Lynchburg by 15. We'll try to get a look at the football score too, Benji. A lot of stuff going on for Campbellsville today.
A foul on Hay, her second. As Pedigo checks back in for her. So a lot going on here today, Matt. So we got a wrestling match, I believe, and basketball here, football on the road, men's on the road. So
free throw no good. Campbellsville and Georgetown, they've only played 57 seconds, 13 minutes. Was it a start at 1:30? If that's right.
It's 1:44. So yeah, you would think it, unless it was they had some senior day activities or something.
Bertram the basketball. Lee out top now. Pedigo back to Burt, left side, quick release, 3 on the way. Bang! You betcha. Elizabeth Bertram and Edward Jones 3. I believe her second of the day.
Second of the day, and I'll tell you what, it's a quick release. That 3-point shot by Elizabeth Bertram.
55-24. Campbellsville on the defensive end. Van Zant with 20 seconds remaining in this first half. Working off the Lions screen. That is going to be an air ball. Van Zant let that go, and you could see it on the release. It just started spinning. And with 13.2 seconds remaining, the Lady Tigers in a 31-point lead, looking for more. Pettigo, Wilkes, and Lee out there from that starting unit. Bertram and Nally from that second group. Here we go. 10 seconds. Lee calls for Bertram. Now they go to Wilkes in the middle. Cutting is Burt. Ball is free. 3 seconds. Pettigo picks it up. Going to try to heave it towards the rim, but it's knocked out of bounds with a 1/10 of a second remaining. Is Johnson Corley. This will have to be a tip tap.
A tip tap.
Lee looking. Bert's going to catch and release, but can't do that. And
nope.
That's so much tougher on the women's side. You just, on the guys' side, everybody out there can kind of hang, it feels like. On the women's side, it's a little more of a challenge to get that right at the rim. 55-24 the score. Campbellsville leads at the mid-game break here by 31. We'll step away and take a timeout ourselves. Come back and look at the numbers. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. Halftime here at the Powell Athletics Center. The Tigers, Lady Tigers, leading Brescia 55-24. Matt Payton, Benji Kelly with you, and an eventful first 20 minutes of play, Benji. And for Campbellsville, 62% from the field in the first half. The Lady Tigers, 18 of 29, 5 of 9 from deep. Edward Jones, that's a good percentage. We like to see them paying out there, 55.6%, and it was an early Edward Jones three by Courtney Pritchett that got the scoring started. 87% from the line for Campbellsville, 14 of 16, and for Brescia, it's been a bit of a struggle offensively, and how crazy is this? They are 9 of 29 from the floor. Lindsay Payton is 8 of 11. If you take her production out as a team, they are 1 of 18 from the field. So that's certainly something that they've got to figure out. Where can they go to get a little more consistent offense? Again, just 31% overall. They've yet to hit a three-point field goal and 6 of 12 at the free throw line through the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of a, Campbellsville's pretty much dominated this whole game. But looking at the stat sheet, there's just some things that Campbellsville is definitely going to have to work on. And I know you'll get to these, but they gave up 10 offensive boards. And, that's something that's a recipe, especially when you get into conference play, that you're going to have to kind of eliminate because you don't want to give teams extra opportunities. Brescia's second chance points 9-0. But all in all, if it wasn't for Lindsay Payton, this thing would be really, really in worse shape than it is. But once again, you got to think about these last 24, 48 hours for this Brescia team, what they've gone through. Mm-hmm. They've come out here, and the effort is there. It's just this Campbellsville team is just a little more talented and doing the things that a number one team in the nation should be doing.
Well, this Campbellsville team is going to do it to a lot of people.
They are
this year, before it's all said and done. And as long as you can stay healthy and that type of thing, of course. But taking a look quickly at the individual numbers here, the Lady Tigers led in the first half by Caitlin Wilkes with 11 points. She was 4 of 4 from the field in the first frame. The Lady Tigers got 10 off the bench from Elizabeth Bertram. Bertram was 4 of 5 shooting, 2 of 3 from deep. 9 points for Maddie Boyle. Boyle knocked in one Edward Jones 3, a pair of free throws. Campbellsville got 8 from Whitney Hay. Hay with 3 first half helpers and a steal. She was 2 of 2 from the field, a perfect 4 of 4 at the free throw line, as Campbellsville also gets production from Maddie Nally. We continue to talk about Nally and her growth and maturity in this program. 4 points, 2 of 2. She knocked down a, probably a 15-foot or so jumper just inside the arc, and 3 steals in there.
Yeah, I mean, just being effective on the defensive end. She's so long and a wingspan, and teams aren't used to seeing a lot of that, and she's so active, and you can just tell that confidence is there from her, and they want her to be even more aggressive.
Yeah.
So,
and you see times you've seen teams use pool noodles in practice to kind of help.
Yeah.
That's kind of at times it feels like Maddie. She's so long. It feels like she's swinging a fly swatter or something with her on the top of that, and you can't coach that at any level really. But on the women's side, her length is certainly a problem for other teams. 3 points each for Courtney Pritchett and Tyra Flowers. We talked about Pritchett, who started the scoring. 4 assists for her, 2 steals. Flowers with 4 rebounds for Campbellsville. That's a team high in terms of rebounding. And Miss Kayla Luby. Luby had 4 points in the first half, 2 boards, an assist, and a steal as she continues to play really well for the Lady Tigers. Bailey Pettigo had 2, 1 for Lauren Lee, and that rounds out the scoring for the Lady Tigers, as all 10 that made an appearance did score points in the first half. We talked about Lindsay Payton, 17 points for Brescia. She finished with, she was 8 of 11 from the field, 3 rebounds. They got 5 from Madeline Lyon. She had 8 rebounds, a game high thus far, and then 1 free throw each for Genesis Guy Bryan and Kennedy Johnson Corley. And that's it in terms of scoring. Just 4 players in the scoring column, 2 of them with just 1 free throw each for Brescia. Benji touched on the rebounds, 20 to 9 in favor of Brescia, but 10 of them on the offensive end for the Bearcats, just 1 offensive rebound for the Lady Tigers. And again, that gets back to the number of misses and the number of makes for Campbellsville, the misses for Brescia. So they kind of play hand in hand, but it's certainly, you don't want to give up. They had 20 missed shots. Half of them, they got offensive rebounds. So that really is, you take away some of those, and Brescia's field goal percentage is going to go up probably because they're going to take fewer shots without that second chance opportunity there.
Well, you're right. And then, but also on the defensive end for Campbellsville, you want to play an efficient game of basketball, and they are on the offensive end. That's just one thing that I think Coach Colvin will obviously look at the tape and tweak, and because when you get against some other teams in conference play, you giving up 10 offensive boards, those are extra opportunities for a team that you kind of want to dominate against. One thing I'm really impressed with, Matt, when I look here at the stat sheet is once again they've turned Brescia over 19 times, and as a result, we're shooting the ball from the free throw line a lot better than we had the first 2 games as well.
Campbellsville finishes with 15 assists on 18 made baskets.
Yeah.
That dog will hunt.
Yes.
14 steals for the Lady Tigers, 7 turnovers. Brescia finishes with just 6 assists, 4 steals, and 19 turnovers. Some of the enhanced scoring quickly. Campbellsville in the paint, a 20-10 advantage off turnovers, 25-4 in favor of the Lady Tigers. Second chance points 9-0 in favor of the Bearcats, and then bench points 29-2 in favor of Campbellsville. The Lady Tigers have led the entire way since 8 seconds in. Courtney Pritchett knocked in a 3. They went up 7-0 and really never looked back. Their largest lead, 31 points, and that is actually the margin now here at halftime, 55-24. The Tigers leading big over Lynchburg. Darius Harding was at 17 in the first half. Benji,
Yep, 5 of 5. He's at 17 still.
17 still. So
Yep.
big performance for Darius as the Tigers try to split there in Williamsburg this weekend. The Tiger football team and Georgetown are tied at 7. That game getting to the late stages of the first quarter. We'll keep you up to date on that one as well. Actually, now they've taken that extra point away. It was tied 7-7. Now it shows 7-6. We'll check on that here in a moment. Extended timeout coming your way here. We'll be back for second half action in just a bit. The Lady Tigers lead by 31 at the mid-game break on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. 55-24 our score here at halftime. Matt Payton, Benji Kelly with you as the Lady Tigers try to put the finishing touches on this one. 20 minutes away from picking up win number 3. It would be win number 449 for head coach Ginger High Colvin in her tenure. And win 450 would have to come over a top 25 opponent. Benji, University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma. They will visit the Powell Athletic Center next Saturday. Wins over Arlington Baptist and Bethany, Kansas. They're at Tabor today, and then they'll make the trip to Kentucky. They'll take on Georgetown next Friday before coming here to see you on Saturday. A couple of nice pieces there for that club. Lainey Morrow averaging 22.5 points a game. Jordan Bloomfield on the season through 2 games, 9 of 10 from 3. She's feeling really good about herself as Campbellsville will try to knock off Science and Arts this time around about next week. But still 20 minutes to play here against Brescia today. And we've got a whistle away from the basketball early in the second half. That will go against number 5. That's Lauren Lee. First on Lauren Lee. First on Campbellsville in the third quarter. Starting 5 out there for CU. Williams the basketball. The drive, left side, runs into Wilkes, throws it up to Van Zant, who will now deck it and drive in from the three-point arc and gets herself all the way down Main Street for a lay-in.
Yeah, it's a good penetration there by Van Zant.
Boyle, she is nearly tied up and actually going to call it a jump. The arrow will stay with Campbellsville as Boyle dribbled herself down into the long arms of Madeline Lyon. 55-26, Lee pitches it into Boyle. Now Pritchett and Pettigo will come collect and call out the play. JV game will follow this game as one of our mass comm courses will handle that broadcast. Boyle a 3, too strong. Lee nearly had herself a rebound. Ball will go all the way out of play over there.
That's good effort by Lauren, and she kind of disrupted it a little bit and then was able to knock it off the Brescia player out of bounds. So that's kind of a team offensive board there and a chance to retain the possession here.
Boyle off the Pritchett screen. One dribble in now. Long jumper for Maddie Boyle is good. 14-footer.
Nice little ball fake. One dribble inside for Maddie Boyle.
57-26. Lyon has to tap that ball and catch it and get rid of it quickly. Ball going to be thrown out of bounds. Well, nearly. They saved it. Van Zant saved it in play, and then Lee tried to grab it, but ended up kicking it out of bounds. (57-26). Lee gets a hand on it. Boyle going to send it ahead. She's got Lauren Lee right side of the lane with the right hand, lays it in.
Once again, the hands movement on the defensive end of this Lady Tiger team is just unheard of. And Lee got a hand on it and it went to Boyle. Boyle stole it and kicked it ahead to Lee for an easy layup.
It's Lee's first field goal of the game. She had a free throw in the first half. 59-26, Campbellsville's largest lead here at 33. Jumper for Cook Lasada, no good. Lyon and Lee sprint after it. Lyon wins the race, and she'll come across the lane to a wide open Cook Lasada. Another offensive rebound.
Yeah, just good.
Brescia.
Sorry, Matt. There's just a good court awareness for Brescia.
Wide open right side. Pritchett won't shoot it. Left side, Boyle bounces to Wilkes. Inside, Pettigo, and a timeout taken by Ginger High Colvin. Something about that offensive
she didn't like
set
that.
she didn't like. And with 7:52, a timeout taken by Campbellsville becomes the media. And we'll step away here. 7:52 to play in the third quarter. Campbellsville leads 59-28 on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. Not much I can do with
No,
that.
sir.
Hey Jude over there. You just
It's
got to
very loud.
let the good times roll. It's,
Hey, they sound really good in the headset. I will say that.
Tiger Pep Band. After it over
when
there.
those horns get going, man, watch out.
Just, no sense in competing with that.
Sounds great on
They
me.
sound better than you and I do. That's
Absolutely.
for sure. Pritchett out front. Pettigo left side. Pritchett going to work through some screens and different things. Now Lee can have it. Right side, she'll drive in. Nice body control. Couldn't get the finish here as Lauren Lee fouled. Who'd they give that to?
Williams.
So 3 on Elise Williams. First in the period on Brescia. Tigers up 68-43 in Williamsburg at the basketball court. On the football field, it was 7-7 a moment ago in Georgetown. See if we can get an update on that one. That stat page has done some funky things, and now there it finally comes back. So going to the second quarter, tied at 7. Lee hit the first free throw, one more for her, and that one is good as well. 61-28, back to a 33-point margin. Lasada crosses the timeline as Van Zant on that far wing. Took Lasada inside to Peyton, 2 defenders there. Peyton comes across. Wilkes did a nice job to help Boyle. The 2 former Lincoln County products help combine for the stop. Pettigo bounces to Lee just off the free throw line. Going to drive in. Again, shot no good. Wilkes grabs the rebound. She's going to go back up, and she's whacked and fouled.
I thought Lee there got a little fouled on that shot as well. But board there by Wilkes. Chance for her to go back to the free throw line here.
Cook Lasada picking up her 4th foul. She'll have to sit. Well, I don't know if she'll have to, but she will. Wilkes, a couple free throw tosses here. That one is good.
Wilkes having herself once again another stellar outing here this afternoon.
Wilkes gets both. So she continues, as Benji mentioned, to perform. She got, is that 15 now or 13?
13, I think.
She had a field goal attempt earlier. Maybe
Yeah,
it came off.
13. Let's see. Yeah, 13 points, 3 rebounds.
Hay back in for Campbellsville. Flowers back in as Pritchett and Pettigo exit. Peyton looking inside. Nice little quick touch pass into the corner. 3 by John. No good. Rebound to Boyle. Here comes Whitney Hay leading Campbellsville to the offensive end. Hay to the trailer Boyle, and she's going to be called for steps.
Yeah, she got a little excited there. I think at one point she wanted to shoot it, but then saw a lane open up and just got her feet going a little too fast before she put the ball on the ground. So
63-28. Campbellsville leads by 35. And Hay knocks it away, and Boyle grabs it. Maddie Boyle ahead. She'll find Hay, goes up, gets the finish after the Boyle find.
Good steal there by Campbellsville, and as a result, an easy layup for Whitney.
Inside, they've got Peyton down on the end line working against Flowers and Hay. That's a tough proposition for anyone. So Peyton throws it out to Madeline Lyon, and she sinks that jumper. Here's Boyle. 65-30.
Brescia's gone to a zone here, Matt.
Here's Boyle, 3 on the way. Bang! Boyle, the zone buster.
That's how you beat a zone right there. Just go ahead and shoot it. Maddie Boyle having herself a good afternoon here as well.
Boyle's second made Edward Jones 3 of the day. Pressure out front. Brian going to work around, and here whistle sounds. They're going to call steps on Brescia. Maddie Boyle will check out as Elizabeth Bertram re-enters the Campbellsville lineup. Hay and Boyle take away a moment ago. You see the lay-in on the other side there as Boyle shot it ahead to Whitney Hay. Hay's length, and compare that. We talked about that second unit that we've seen from Campbellsville. Hay and Flowers and Nally, their length. Luby out there, that group is going to be a real problem defensively, and you could see it pay off a moment ago. Lee to Bertram. They want the entry to Wilkes. Peyton got a hand on it. It'll force Wilkes to try to give it up, and Lyon kind of affected that pass attempt, and it's a takeaway for Brescia. Guide Bryan the other way Inside, looking for Johnson Corley. It was deflected by Flowers. Here comes CU. Bertram will hold on to it. Hay down to the block to Wilkes. Quick shot. Good for kick. I'm not sure she saw the cylinder right there, Benji.
You know, and it's one of those things that it's just she knows where the goal is at all times. And she just kind of slung it up there, but yet it's strong enough it gets over the rim and goes in.
Nice move by Johnson Corley to get around a defender. Shot no good. Wilkes tapped it out. Lee wants to run a bit. Lee have to slow down.
Nice.
Instead finds Bertram cutting across the end line. An easy layup for Bert. And right there to send it to her was Lauren Lee.
Yeah, it's Bert's 12th point here on this afternoon as well.
Inside. Peyton needs help. Out to Guy Bryan. 72-30. Another steal. Lee. This time, Bertram will dribble down all by herself and lay it in with the left hand. Campbellsville doing it on the defensive end here, Benji.
Yeah, it's once again, this zone is hard to do offense against, and eventually it just wears you down. And some of these passes have gotten a little lazy.
That ball deflected by Hay. Flowers picks it up. She'll find Whitney Hay down the court. Has to slow down. Shovels it across the lane to Lee. And Hay kind of falling, found Lauren Lee. And it looks like Lee may have rushed it just a bit. And an interception. Wilkes looking like a free safety. Looking like Cale Hagan. Bertram back to Wilkes. Across the lane, she has Lee. And the Lady Tigers filling their own oats right now. 76-30 the score. 3:46 to play in the third quarter. And Wilkes, she was just trying to get that headband back on.
I started saying she still hadn't got it on, but these passes getting a little lazy from Brescia, and I think a lot of that has to do with fatigue and just the Campbellsville wearing them down, and a lot of little easy buckets here for this Lady Tiger team.
And just to be clear, Wilkes and Cale Hagan, Tiger football linebacker, they're an item.
They're an item,
as they say.
Saw them having dinner the other night at McAllister's, and I don't know if you had a chance to be there yet, but it's some good food.
Well, in the past, I've not been to this one. I just haven't had a chance, but I know that
it's really good. I've been there twice.
The men's
already.
team has really helped keep the doors open.
Well, and I have as well.
Yeah, so
it's really good.
The Tigers in Georgetown tied at 7. The Lady Tigers here in Campbellsville leading by 46. And in Williamsburg, the Tiger basketball team leads by 30. Oh, nope, that is not a 0. They lead by 27.
Okay,
what you got now?
I got 24. But
so Lynchburg must be hitting these free throws or something. Stats is well ahead of the video.
Yeah.
So you've got 76-54 there, so it's a 22-point game now. As we get set to return to play here, it will be Brescia basketball. Right elbow is Lyon. Needs some help here. Ryan collects it. Brian's hair is tucked into her jersey, and you can see it sticking out all the way down the bottom of the jersey, down past the shorts. And steps called here on Genesis Guy Bryan. Elise Williams back in. Pettigo, Flowers, Hay, Bertram, and Luby, the 5 for CU on the court. Campbellsville with the 46-point advantage. Right side, Bertram waits for Flowers to clear. Now they'll post. Flowers out. Pettigo open. 3 on the way. No good. Off to the left. Flowers chases down the rebound for CU. They'll go to Hay in the corner. Can't shoot it. A couple of dribbles. Looking for help. It's Pettigo. Sends it into the corner. Bertram for 3. No good. 2 on the shot clock. Ooh. Well, it never hit. They reset it, but Luby got rid of that. I think that, and that's tough. That shot clock is tough. You anticipate maybe that it's going to hit the rim, and I think that Luby would have gotten that off, Benji. But
it would have been close.
Of the unintentional reset.
And
there.
here you are. You're up 46. So
not
go ahead.
Bark about it.
No, absolutely.
76-30, and this has been interesting too. Coach loves to get some of the younger kids and different stuff, minutes and all that, but they actually have a JV game after that.
They do.
Several of them are going to have to play quite a bit. So you may not see as much of them in this varsity game as you might see otherwise. As this shot good in the middle for Brescia, now long the other way. Pedigo has Nally, who needs some help. All deflected. Pedigo able to track it down. Inside quickly. Luby throws one up. Hit the bottom of the iron as there were 3 Bearcats around her. Pedigo going to reach in and tie up Lindsay Payton. And the arrow, I believe, will go to Brescia here. Pritchett back in for Tyra Flowers.
Really impressed with her game. The energy that she brings, defensive ends, she's got a really high IQ, basketball IQ. They expect big things from her.
Johnson Corley looking for Payton. Finds her. Payton going to stop and pulled the string on that. I don't know if she thought she was a bit closer or just where she had to stop. Kind of took some of the momentum. Bertram extra pass on the left wing, 3 for Pritchett. Bang! Courtney swishing, and Edward Jones 3. It's got to be the shoes, Benji.
It's got to be.
We'll take a look at those Winkle pickers in a moment. She's still got the old ones on with those old insoles, folks.
Okay, so she just changed the shoestrings, I guess. Last year she had a little bit of duct tape on it.
Here is a 3 from Payton, no good. Rebound to Johnson Corley. We'll get a look at those shoes in a moment. The next stoppage, we'll try to get that in there. 79-34, 120 to play in the third.
Looks like she put a little shoe shine on them, too. They look a little brighter than they normally do.
Well, before the game, I got a picture of them. And here is Nally, dumps it down into Luby. Little contact there, no call. Pedigo has it, and she's fouled by Johnson Corley. So let's see here.
There they are.
There they are. You can kind of see them there.
Well, they do have a little more.
You can see right around the toe there. They're busted.
They're
open.
Busted.
Those us Baptists might call those holy shoes.
Holy shoes, yeah. I've got a few of those.
And
those are my mowing shoes.
I think she's going to try to get through the season. They might bronze though, or gold plated by the time
I started
she
to say
gets out of here.
We've got some trophy case that we can do that.
Right side, Pritchett again, a 3. That one is no good. Nearly chased down her own miss. Johnson Corley has it. Bree Gowdy, who checked in a moment ago, giving chase. Ball is free. Pritchett and Johnson Corley on the deck. Now it comes out to Partinger for a jumper, no good. Johnson Corley, high dribble, not called. Pritchett and Nally there, shot no good, and I kind of feel like Brescia deserves some free throws after all that. They worked awfully hard.
They really did, and once again, another offensive board for Brescia. How many is that already this afternoon? 13 offensive rebounds.
Bree Gowdy in, 5'5" sophomore guard from right here in Campbellsville. Free throw is good for Johnson Corley. 35.2 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Campbellsville leading Brescia here today. Gowdy comes the other way after the Luby rebound of the missed free throw. Bree going to hand it to Bertram under 30 seconds. Burt to Pritchett. Now in the middle, Nally dumps it on down to Luby, and there were 3 Bearcats there in the paint. This foul will go against Elise Williams. She'll join Raquel Cook-Losada with 4 fouls. Inga back in.
Inga's a long ways from home.
I told Joe McGeorge if he could pronounce that name right, I'd let him do play-by-play today. And he got the first name wrong. He went with Inja.
Inja.
I said just missing the N in the front. I mean, Ninja. So Joe's services were indeed not needed.
Joe's a legend in his own mind, isn't he?
He's cut out for radio, though.
He is, though.
He could talk you through it,
He
that's
can.
for sure. 79-35. Luby got 1 of 2. 10 seconds left in the period. Partinger with the basketball
Nice
inside.
pass.
Nice cut. It's a nice pass, as Benji mentioned there. Genesis Guy Bryan will get the lay-in. Gowdy with 2 seconds, going to have to do something. Burt going to throw it up, 3 on the way. They'll wave it off. Just a whisker after the buzzer sounded, and that's where the third quarter will come to a close. Campbellsville with a 79-37 advantage over Brescia here on the CU Sports Network. by the Tiger. The Lady Tigers eyeing their third win of the year here as they lead Brescia heading to quarter number 4, just underway. Bertram with a nice pass inside of Nally. Brescia got a hand on it, though. Bree Gowdy chases it down. Now Nally looking the entry, wants Luby, has her, and they're going to call Inga Sigurdar Totor. Oh, man. Yeah, I've lost it now.
Yeah, Inga's
good, right?
Yeah.
Let's see a Corbin. Oh, they call that on Fraley? Corbin, that wasn't on. He cheated.
He did cheat.
He cheated. He did that on purpose. Inside, after all of that, is Maddie Nally. She gets the hoop, and Elizabeth Bertram, the helper. He called that on Fraley. She's not been in the game. That was on Inga. We'll have words with him later. Turnover. Bree Gowdy going to try to hold on to it, and Johnson Corley comes in there to grab it away. Maddie Nally altered the shot. Now Gowdy going to foul Peyton, I believe. They give that to Bree.
They did, yeah.
First on Gowdy.
I believe it was on the floor, though, not on the shot.
First on Gowdy, first on the Lady Tigers in the quarter. 9:20 to play. 81-37, and Peyton just took her eye off that inbound pass, and it goes out of play.
Unforced error there against Brescia.
I'm going to say much to Lindsay Peyton. She's gotten half the points today.
She came to play.
Gowdy to Bertram, and this ball knocked away by Johnson Corley. Is nice sportsmanship there. Johnson Corley's played hard today. She and Guy Bryan both feel like they've been very active on diving on the ground for loose balls, keeping plays alive.
Well, once again, you got to love the effort. This Brescia, I mean, like we said at the top of the broadcast, their world's kind of been rocked a little bit. Your coach resigns or steps away. Really don't know what all happened there, but they're just trying to survive right now. But I love this effort from this Brescia team.
Peyton at the free throw line, stops, needs some help here. Bryan with the basketball, working around Luby. And now Bertram flies out at her, needs some help once again. This is Van Zant. Down the end line, leaving it with Peyton. She'll take a jumper from 12 feet, no good. Rebound taken in here by Luby. Luby facing a pair of Bearcats and throws it out to Gowdy. And it was a little too far, and that allowed Guy Bryan to pick it off. Here is Peyton, throws one up off the window, no good. Ball batted again. Johnson Corley with it, right back up towards Nally. And Nally just going to give her a high five. I thought maybe she got some of the basketball, but potentially a piece of the hand on the way through as well. And this will send Johnson Corley to the free throw line. Tigers leading by 14 in Williamsburg. That one's not quite over yet. Lynchburg has hung in there tough. The Tigers, after a ton of minutes yesterday for Cam Vick, trying to get through this without him today. And hopefully he'll be back full strength next Saturday as we've got a de facto doubleheader. I've got that scheduled next week at 5 and 7.
I believe that's right.
The Lady Tigers, actually on the Tigers, I've got Toccoa Falls at 7:30.
Yeah.
So we'll have to double check that. But let's hope it's 5 and 7, or double check the website once more here. Sometimes those get updated after the season starts, and they put those on the schedule. 81-39, Campbellsville basketball. Nally to Lee, back to Nally on the end line. Oh, post feed for Wilkes. It hit her in the lower leg, though, and she's able to stay with it, kick it back out. Maddie Nally sinks another mid-range jumper today. 83-39. Peyton the basketball. On around here, this is Williams. And now taking the jumper is Van Zant. Shot is short. And the rebound to Brescia. Hannah Sikora, the basketball, 5'6", the senior guard from Colfax, Wisconsin. Here's a shot. No good. Sikora transferred from Iowa Wesleyan, which shut down over the summer, I believe.
It did.
Shot no good. Rebound to Brescia. I think Sikora came in more recently, though. She wasn't there at the end. I believe she was on the Brescia roster last year. 83-39, 7 minutes to go. Van Zant trying to work around Hay, and so Hay a little handsy perhaps.
Yeah, a little hand check there.
Now they're going to check out. Boyle back in. We got Science and Arts at 5 and Toccoa Falls at 7:30 according to the website. So keep you updated on that. Van Zant.
It's next Saturday.
That is next Saturday, the 18th. Socorro going to try a 3. No good. And ball goes out of play.
Well, the Tigers are still holding on, Matt, up 13 with a minute 44 to go.
I feel like they'll be able to
pull that one out.
Get out of there with the win. And
put 25 on the shot clock.
the shot clock issue here.
Yeah, shot clock didn't start.
They're just going to run a few seconds down. And Serafini will check in for Lauren Lee here. Paige Serafini, 5'11" sophomore guard from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Back to play here. Hey, down on the end line. 2 defenders there. That is, I don't have 13 on my roster.
Matty Boyle from deep.
Boyle with the Edward Jones 3 for the Lady Tigers. I look down as the new player. They've got number 13. Let's see if they've got. They don't have a 13 on the stats page either, so I don't know who Sheldon's going to here. Fountain Flowers blocked that. I'm going to have to just go without number 13. Hay going to take the short jumper off the paint. No good. And here is a foul on Wilkes. First on Wilkes.
Really?
They're not in the book?
Oh.
That's a technical. Gender.
They're making it up as they go.
Well,
we're going to call her 13.
Agent 13, 86-39.
She missed both.
Well,
I wonder if it's one of the. I wonder if it's one of the JV players. It's got to be.
Well, some of the JV players for Brescia didn't even. I think they went and got dressed here between or halftime as Boyle misses that 3. Flowers, another rebound for the Lady Tigers. Hay. Now Boyle. Hay again, little ball fake. Feeds Wilkes inside. She's fouled by Inga. The only player looking here, there's 2 players that, 3 players on the roster that haven't been in. And that's Reagan Lawson, Jaylee Covington, and Brianna Fraley.
They're getting together. I think they're realizing that 13's not in the book. So, at this point, it's a.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
And I don't, I'm not complaining from the standpoint they're going to. Yeah, and Ginger didn't even, Coach didn't say anything.
I think the book, the official book, because they're required to do that.
Yeah.
So.
She never said a word when I told her.
Yeah. Well, you're up almost 50, and there's really no.
I think Coach Tchaikovsky's upset, and I don't. This is I say this kind of tongue in cheek, but with what they've been up against the last 48 hours, it's not necessarily a surprising thing. And he's the only person here to take care of it from a roster standpoint. So you hate it, and that's exactly why Coach she didn't say anything about it. But unfortunately, that's just the rule, and they're going to get you every time for it. You can't pick and choose when. Let it go. Whitney Hay shooting the free throw. She'll have one more free throw here. And that free throw is good, so she gets 1 of 2. Bailey Pettigo going to check back in for the Lady Tigers.
Really don't know what happened there.
Well, and I still don't know who number 13 is.
Yeah.
Free throw is good for Wilkes here. Wilkes is shooting the technical, foul. I'm confused.
She's shooting the 2 shots from the foul.
Okay.
Hay shot the free.
Hay had the technical,
right.
And now Campbellsville gets the basketball
Campbellsville retains
back.
possession because it's an administrative technical.
So we're still trying to figure out who number 13 is. And now Coach Tchaikovsky's going to have these young ladies give their names as well.
And it's one of those things, he like you said, he just got the job less than 24 hours. So a lot of these players, he probably doesn't even know their names. And they're double checking just to make sure that they're in the book. I mean, if it was his own team, obviously it would have been taken care of. But it's unfortunate that they're in this situation. It really is.
At the end of the day, you feel bad for those.
Well, you do.
You
Absolutely.
feel for him trying to, I don't know if I want to say pick up the pieces, but to some degree that's what it feels like. And then these student athletes just trying to play a game.
Yeah.
So it's a tough situation all around, to say the least. (88-39) the score after all that. Campbellsville has the basketball. Whitney Hay inside. Flowers cutting. Pettigo. She'll go up off the window. She gets the bucket. Tyra Flowers, the nice bounce.
Yeah, just a nice basketball there for the Lady Tiger team.
Pritchett defending as they'll send it into Inga. Back out to Hay, and Van Zant in the paint needs help. 13 going to drive. Shot no good. I'll look and see if I can get a picture on the roster the other way. Pettigo to Flowers. So a moment ago, Tyra set up BP. This time Bailey repays the favor, finding Flowers running down the court.
Well, Matt, the Tigers pulled it out in at Cumberland's against University of Lynchburg.
Here's a jumper. Hay going to grab the rebound off the missed shot. Campbellsville looking to hit triple digits. Serafini going to try her part. Does with the 14-footer. Paige Serafini into the scoring column.
She can definitely shoot the ball as well. We've seen that high arching shot a few times. Sophomore from Anderson County.
Inga, left side here. That is Jaylee Covington wearing number 13. She is on the roster as number 23. At least that appears to be Covington. Benji, would you say that's the same young lady?
I would say that's her.
Hay with it for Campbellsville. Shovels it back. Serafini wouldn't let it go. Pritchett, left side, she will. 3 on the way. Bang! Courtney switching again. The trifecta today. 3 Edward Jones threes for Pritchett. She and Maddie Boyle each with 3 made 3-point field goals. 97-39. Driving, kicking. Here's Sikora for 3. No good. Rebound is tapped and taken by Hay. And Campbellsville going to take a timeout just for some substitution. So this will conclude the day of whatever it'll be a media. Coach wanted to just get the subs in there, but this becomes a media stoppage. 97-39 the score. Again, Jaylee Covington had checked in. We'll talk about her when we get back for Brescia. Campbellsville leads 97-39, 3:17 to play on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. 97-39 the score. Campbellsville leads Brescia here in the Powell Center. Matt Payton, Benji Kelly. We come down the stretch. Gowdy, Serafini, Nally, Bertram, and Luby out there. Serafini to Gowdy. Bertram wouldn't shoot it. Now Gowdy back to Paige Serafini, being chased a bit by Partinger. Now Nally in the middle. Bertram left side, wide open, three on the way. Bang! Elizabeth Bertram puts the Lady Tigers on the century mark.
Elizabeth Bertram with 17 points in 17 minutes of action.
That ties a career high for Bert, 17.
Or did it already update? If it did already update, I'll tell you what, Sheldon Dossett is one quick trigger on the stats.
Quick on the draw there. And here's a jumper, no good. Rebound to Luby. I'm telling you, it has a mind of its own, Benji. That stat program is.
And at first I thought it was my laptop, so I went and get the iPad, and it's just right now, I guess, the
Serafini, she'll try one. Three on the way, no good. Batted out by Nally, taken by Sikora. Just over 2 minutes to go here. Jumper from Partinger is good. 100-39, now 100-41. Gowdy bounces to Serafini. Back and forth, Gowdy and Serafini go. Serafini again, three on the way. Bang! Paige Serafini gets an Edward Jones three for Campbellsville. The stats page is just
decided to quit.
Limp on us here. He just give out.
Well, I wonder if it's on NAIA Presto Sports.
When I clicked on that earlier, it took me to the sidearm page.
Okay, well, there you go.
So that may be, I don't know. Last night, I don't know if you were listening at all, the Tigers, they give Paige a 2 on that. They marked that as a 2, I guess. 102-41 the score. But last night they had something with the neutral site game.
They had
flip. Oh my gosh,
it was driving me
miserable.
nuts.
It was miserable to try to decipher on the air.
I was like, who is this player for Campbellsville?
Oh my gosh,
and it was actually the Tennessee Southern player.
It was hard to keep up with as Brianna Fraley into the lineup, 5'10 freshman forward from Calhoun, Kentucky. They sent, I don't have a number 11.
Yep.
Number 3 also in. That's Reagan Wilson, 5'5 freshman guard from Bowling Green, Kentucky. The only other player on the, there's one or two options. I don't know. We've got a couple of other ones. I don't know number 11. I can't track her down on the roster, so we'll have to go without it. 102-42 the score. Kaylin Mills into the lineup for CU. 5'5 sophomore guard from Flat Lake, Kentucky. She and Paige Evans will empty the bench for Campbellsville. 5'3 sophomore guard from Hodgenville. Campbellsville turns it over. Partinger the basketball. Out top, Gowdy defends. Partinger again, working against Serafini. In the corner, 3 on the way, no good. Mills the rebound, and there's about a 1 second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Campbellsville will probably just take a look, and it's going to be Gowdy, 3 on the way. Around and out, no good. Rebound chased down by Brescia. Here come the Bearcats. Nearly turned it over, and they do. It's going to be a double dribble. And Campbellsville with the 60-point lead. Lady Tigers will dribble it out here down to 10 seconds. 102-42 will be our final score, it appears. And a wild couple of days for Brescia in their program. They come to Tiger Town and fall to the Lady Tigers here. There's a JV game to follow here as Coach Ginger High Colvin and company will offer well wishes to Brescia, and certainly hope that they get that situation figured out soon. Just a tough one all the way around. Campbellsville picks up the win. They will move to 3-0 on the year. The Lady Tigers turn their attention to a date with Science and Arts next Saturday, the 18th. Science and Arts will visit the Powell Athletic Center for a top 25 matchup, as they, in the latest poll, were ranked number 24. Campbellsville will then take the Thanksgiving holiday down to Kingsport, Tennessee, to battle University of Rio Grande and Union College down in Kingsport at the show, as Ginger High Colvin throws on the headset to join me. And Coach, this is a wild one. Have you ever had this type of thing? I mean, as of yesterday, I think there may have even been moments you didn't know if you were going to have a game today, and it's been quite wild.
Yeah. So first of all, hats off to them for coming today, and those kids for coming and sucking it up and playing. I can't imagine what kind of a roller coaster they've been through trying to decide whether they're going to be here or not. I think they've got a week now to go back and hopefully get some things straightened out. But, you know, that would have been a long time for us not to play. Mm-hmm. So we're very appreciative that they sucked it up and came out and did something I think was really, really hard on them today.
Well, and certainly for you guys needing the game for them and not know. I mean, you're talking about a coach that showed he didn't know players' names.
Right.
He didn't know
men's
sets.
assistant coach.
He was
a
men's assistant. I can't really imagine a much more difficult scenario to try to come. And so, as you said, you know, kind of thank you and very appreciative for them to be here in a difficult scenario. And you've got a JV game to follow, right? Still a JV game after. Is that the plan here? So you'll have
JV in 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. They're asking me right now, so we'll roll that in 20 and get that one going.
So talk to me today about this one, Coach. You get a fast start. Courtney Pritchett off that right wing in those ancient shoes of hers with an Edward Jones 3 to get the scoring started, and you really never look back. You took a 7-0 lead. I thought Brescia, especially Lindsey Payton, they played hard throughout. They were struggling. Offensive rebounding for them was a big thing, and it kept them in it in the first half.
I don't know what she ended up with. She had 17 at the half, and you know, that's something that we talked about, allowing somebody to come in and dominate like that against us. So we wanted to really do a better job defensively. I think we'd given up. We got killed on the boards, and that's just something that we have to improve on. We're not going to win very many games by giving up that many offensive rebounds. I think at the half they would have had 13 points if we had not given up the 9 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, Peyton finished with 19, so you certainly start to – and she was actually 8 of 11 at halftime, so she finished just 1 of her last 6 shooting, so certainly picked it up there. And Maddie Boyle finishes tonight, Coach, with 17. She and Elizabeth Bertram, and that kind of that 2-guard spot. When they shoot it like that, it's going to be really hard for teams to beat you. Each of them knocking in 3 Edward Jones 3s. They combined in total to go, 13 for 19 from the floor. So really good production from those 2 young ladies.
It is, and they both shot it extremely well tonight, and that helps because everybody's trying to double Kaylin right now, and you know, Kayla's obviously I think our leading scorer right now, so our 2 posts are getting doubled a lot and getting attention a lot. So when those 2 kids can stand out there and shoot the ball like that, it opens some things up. It gives us a little bit more breathing room in the post.
We talk about efficiency a lot. It's something that we mentioned, and 5 field goal attempts, 5 made buckets, 16 points for the reigning conference player of the year.
Right.
And I know you will attribute that to others around her as well, but you can't do any more than what she did in 5 shots to finish with 16 points. That's through the roof.
Yeah, and she's patient. She's posting extremely hard. She's doing a good job in there. She's got her body in great shape, and like you said, the reigning conference player of the year, and I think she's passing the ball a lot better this year. I think people are going to see that when she is doubled and when people are trying to do some things. She's worked really hard on that, and she's passing the ball extremely well.
It's the first look for Lady Tiger fans at Tyra Flowers and Whitney Hay. Flowers finished with 5 points and 9 rebounds, which is a career best, 3 blocks and 2 steals. I think crooked numbers in her box score is something that we're going to be accustomed to. It may never be astronomical, but I think it's always going to be a lot of crooked numbers across the board. She can impact it in so many different ways. And then today, Whitney Hay, 11 points and a new best with 6 assists. So you can see the skill set there from each of those two young ladies, and they're terrific.
Tyra Flowers gives us a shot blocker, I guess, for the first time since Whitney Ballinger. Tyra can come in and impact the game. You know, she came in and immediately got a steal and a score. She rebounds the ball probably better than anybody that we have on the team right now, and that's something that we are in desperate need of. Passes the ball well. You see that she made a great pass to Bailey Pettigo cutting down the lane. We want her to be more selfish offensively. We want her to come in and take more shots for herself and do more to get herself open. And then Whitney Hay has been solid as well, and they're both just trying to get their feet wet under what we're doing. And Whitney can pass the ball. Probably everybody that knows her knows she's been a scorer, but she's a very unselfish passer, and that showed today too.
Defensively, I know it's really been your calling card in a lot of ways over the last decade or so. Especially, I don't know, when did you really start to implement the
Mary Jellick? I think when we brought Mary Jellick in, had that length up top, and we started messing around with the 1-3-1 a little bit, and then after that, we started trying to run some twilight, but we had a 6'3" guard, and that's kind of what got us moving.
And you got another one that's pretty good.
We
out
do,
there.
yeah. Maddie Nally.
She's really started to turn the corner.
Yes.
Sky's the limit, I think, from here. The mid range, we hadn't seen much out of that the last couple years. You see her shoot it. Not quite today, man. Those were beautiful from 14, 15
and she's
feet.
standing in front of me, and I'm having to tell her to shoot it. I can't be around her all the time. I want her to shoot those mid range because that's where she's really good. And obviously she's good running the floor. She's good on back cuts, but her mid-range is something really good. And she's tall. She's got great length, and I want her to be more selfish with that mid-range. She was trying to dump it down to our post, and our posts were double-teamed. So we'll watch film and try to show her a little bit more of that.
30 turnovers you forced Brescia into today, and that really helps. That's where I was going a moment ago before we kind of got to Nally there, but you force 30 turnovers, and that really makes offense much easier.
It does. We could have been a lot sharper today in a lot of ways, and I feel like Brescia played extremely hard. So we've got a lot to work on, and but I thought they got tired the second half, and that was probably the difference in them turning it over. And we had a lot of kids that we could throw at them. So we've got some work to do. Yeah, it's nice when you turn somebody over, but we've got to be able to score in the half court and execute some stuff as well.
And you get some time off to work on some of those things. It's going to be a fun one next Saturday here, a top 25 team coming in. Science and Arts takes on Tabor today, and then they'll go to Georgetown next Friday before coming here on Saturday. So it'll be kind of a crazy week for the Drovers, but that's going to be a good one here at the Pow. Now, you tried to get that schedule, losing some of the games that you did, and this is one of those teams.
It is. Our schedule now, we start now. We start rolling, and our competition just keeps getting better as we go along. So we better clean some stuff up and clean it up pretty quickly because we can't get by with some of the stuff we're getting by with right now.
Coach, congratulations on this one, and we'll do it again this time next week.
Thank you.
Ginger High Colvin and the Lady Tigers victorious as they get the win over Brescia here today, 102-42, the final score. Let's take a look quickly at the final game numbers here for Campbellsville. They finished the game shooting 36 of 61 from the field. That is 59%. 10 of 21 from three today, 47.6%, 20 of 26 at the free throw line. In today's basketball game for CU, that is 77%. For Brescia, they struggled from the field, just 30% shooting, 16 of 53. They were 0 of 11 from deep today, and 10 of 18 at the free throw line, 55.6%. As we take a look at some of the individual numbers here for Campbellsville quickly, they were led by Maddie Boyle and Elizabeth Bertram, 17 points apiece. Each of those two young ladies knocking in 3 Edward Jones three-point field goals. Campbellsville got 16 out of the starting lineup from Caitlin Wilkes. I talked to Coach about that. 5 of 5 shooting for Wilkes. She knocked in an Edward Jones 3. She was 5 of 6 at the free throw line. 3 rebounds and 2 assists, a steal in her time on the court today. Her efficiency or plus minus, I think a team best, like maybe a plus 19 or whatever, however they score that. So really good for Caitlin Wilkes. As we look down to the bench for Whitney Hay, 11 points for Hay, 6 assists, a new career best for her as a Lady Tiger, 3 steals in today's ball game. The Lady Tigers got 9 from Pritchett, 8 from Maddie Nally in the victory, 7 points from Lauren Lee to go with 6 assists. Bailey Pettigo had 4. She also had 6 assists. Tyra Flowers, I mentioned, had 5 off the bench, 6 rebounds on the defensive end, 3 offensive rebounds, 9 in total, 3 blocks and 2 steals for Flowers, 4 points for Paige Serafini, 4 more for Kayla Luby, who chipped in 6 rebounds in the game. Kaylin Mills and Paige Evans, the only 2 Lady Tigers that saw time and failed to score here for Campbellsville today. For Brescia, they were led by Lindsay Payton with 19 points. They got 7 from Madeline Lyon, 6 points for Kennedy Johnson Corley, and 3 points for Genesis Guy Bryan, 2 each for Paige Van Zant, Raquel Crook Lasada, and 2 points for Malia Partinger, and Hannah Sikora finished with 1 to round out the scoring for Brescia. Quickly, some of the other numbers in the team stats and rebounding, 30-29, the final game number there. So Campbellsville able to pull that rebounding number closer. They, at halftime, were out-rebounded 20-9, so they got rolling a bit there on the glass. Campbellsville with 7 offensive rebounds, 15 of them, however, for Brescia, as the Lady Tigers finished the game. Taking a look here, 32 assists, 21 steals, and 14 turnovers for Campbellsville, 10 assists, 9 steals, and 30 turnovers for the Bearcats. And that's where we'll wrap up our coverage today as we try to transition for this JV ball game that's going to come your way here in just a moment between Campbellsville and Brescia. I believe Nathan Whaley and Andrew Swift, a couple of our students, talented students, will have the call of the game here. So for Campbellsville University President Dr. Joseph Hopkins and Vice President for Athletics today, Rusty Hollingsworth, Director of Athletics Jim Hardy, we say a special thank you to all of those gentlemen for supporting our coverage of Lady Tiger basketball. The entire Sports Information Department, Sheldon Dawson and his crew, Sheldon on stats here today. All of those who have produced our coverage for Claw United, our YouTube platform streaming, as well as local cable, Comcast cable here locally. Benji Kelly on color commentary. The Lady Tigers get the win today over Brescia in the Powell Center, 102-42. The Tigers get a victory as well. Both are back in action at the Powell next Saturday here as Campbellsville's women's team hosts the University of Science and Arts out of Oklahoma. The Tigers will play host to Toccoa Falls. From the Powell Center, Matt Payton signing off. You've been following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.